Hey guys, what's going on? Druzy here, back again with another South Park Phone Destroyer video, and a new season has started. And I have some thoughts and feelings that I want to give out from the new season having started recently, and Red Link's officially announcing the day before the balance changes that normally come out when a new season starts, that there weren't going to be any. And the focus was going to be to continue to focus on the new superhero theme, and that the superhero theme has caused a delay in balance changes. So I have some thoughts and feelings that I want to give off about those lack of changes and the fact that it's very much going to hurt this game and its longevity if Red Lynx continues this kind of behavior, just due to the fact that I think this is the first Legendary season where there's been no balance changes in the almost 2 years of this game's existence. And that is extremely disheartening, extremely frustrating for a lot of people that play this game, including myself, that there are some definite cards that need specific changes very quickly, or else this game is going to lose any and all possibly new people that have now joined the game because of the recent addition of the superhero theme could end up leaving it as quickly as they joined it, or old veterans will just get the heck out of here because they're tired of the lack of changes and constant change within the game that's needed to make this game more balanced and not make these cards too ridiculously overpowered that some of them are. So I am going to show you guys some gameplay of some recorded video of a deck that I did build. I built a human kite swarm kind of deck with Cock Magic, Amazingly Randy, Mr. Slave, and Cock Magic are all in this deck. So basically a chicky kite deck, which is what I'm dubbing it, and I did play some matches with it at work. There is no audio for the matches, unfortunately, but at least it gives you something to distract you while I ramble here for a few minutes on my thoughts and feelings of the lack of balance changes here from Red Lynx. So, like I've already said, the big frustration for me is, other than just the lack of addition or subtraction within balance changing within the game, the frustrating part there then is that because of that, the game isn't going to grow in any way, shape, or form. The biggest things that they need to do is stop worrying about just balance changes, right? Stop worrying about, or not just balance changes, stop worrying about just adding new cards. Balance this frickin' game, all right? Where is PvP server side coming 2023? It's the longest running joke in the history of this game, because in summer of 2018 we were promised server side PvP. It still hasn't come yet. New people are still joining the game being like, hey Druzy, has it actually come yet? No is the answer to that question, which I almost laugh every time that comment even comes up in the comment section of any of my videos because of how ridiculous it is that it's not out yet. Not that it's a ridiculous question. I understand the question being asked. It's ridiculous that it still hasn't come out yet. In fact, we have no idea when it's ever freaking coming out, if it's even coming out at all. Because at this rate, it doesn't feel like it's even ever going to come out. I do also think that if certain cards have recently received buffs, let's say, so with the Ink and Craig buff was a huge positive for the game for a period of time. Now, it's almost felt like the Ink and Craig buff is too good, right? It's too fantastic, and people have had too many opportunities to level him up to a level that is just to where he's just ridiculous now. There are so many level 4 Ink and Craigs now in the high tiers of PvP. Level 5 Ink and Craigs probably are out there as well, but the fact of the matter is that you're also having a weekend event this weekend focusing on Ink and Craig, right? So you're basically exploiting the fact that you made this card so ridiculously overpowered that people want to pay money to buy this card and continue to use it, and now you're exploiting that aspect to profit more money, right? This new themes edition was a profit game. It wasn't to actually make the game better, because we've seen that the game hasn't actually become amazingly better since the addition of superhero themes. You're not seeing superheroes in the top tiers of PvP, right? You're seeing them in the lower tiers. And that the fact that you've added the aspect that all 10 cards can be obtained through the PvE, even though the PvE, some of the trials and tribulations of the PvE are extremely frustrating, because some of the activities that you have to do for Call Girl were very difficult to do. You're basically hoping and praying that your PvP opponent has adventure cards, has Indians, has mystical units, not the non-mystical units or the unholy units. Was some of those tasks need to be removed from the game, right? Those need to just be taken out. How hard is that to balance out? Because some of them are just to the point to where it's just pure RNG beyond a level that we've never seen before, and that we're praying that our actual opponent has those things at their disposal, which isn't always going to be the case, right? So there are just so many things that are frustrating about the fact that you're not balancing. You didn't balance last update either. Witch Doctor Token is just as broken as he was before, and the change that was done to Space Warrior token was a positive for the card. It was a positive to make him actually somewhat playable, and now you're seeing him all over the place, most likely in Silver Shield. You're seeing him most likely all over the place in Bronze, and you're seeing him a little bit in Legendary Arena, but not very often, because he's just, most people probably don't have him to level 6 yet, so he's not really worth using at Legendary Arena if he's not 6 or 7, right? But that was the only balance change that was significant in the last balance change. And so we basically had now 2 full seasons where no true balance has been done. The focus has been, let's just continue to pump out as many of these adventure superhero cards as we can, and let's just continue to profit off it. That's what I and many of us are feeling right now. And that's frustrating as a fan base, that you are expecting us to hold on for dear life and continue to be, productive in this game by giving us no reason to continue to play. We're playing against the same decks. Legendary Arena plays against the same decks every time we play. It's mystical fantasy, it's mystical adventure, and then sometimes you might see a sci-fi mystical. Pretty much mystical is in every deck, right? That's pretty much the norm. You do see some adventure and fantasy, that isn't not a thing, and sometimes you might see a sci-fi and adventure, which is what I generally try to run, but there is no shift in the positive. You see the same cards. You're seeing a lot of Santa, a lot of Stand Many Moons, a lot of Incan Craigs. You're seeing a lot of Pocahontas Randys, and now you're starting to see a lot of Medicine Woman Sharon's since that update where now she's viable. There's just a lot of different cards that are pretty much just going to be constantly played. When you see one card, you know what's coming. When you see a Santa, you're pretty much guaranteed to know that Stand Many Moons is coming in the immediate future, right? So it's either let's play a bunch of cards, cancel Santa out, and pray, or, just get dumb lucky. Right? The strategies to counter all these things are very minimal in the fact that you have to pray that you have the same style of deck to be able to cancel out and succeed in areas where other people are already playing the same style of meta, the same style of deck, and most people don't change their decks. Nobody really changes around, tries to shift it. I try to do the best I can to play more unique cards than some other people might do, but some other people don't have the luxury to do that. They have to stick with what they've leveled up, what they've put their effort and time into, maybe not necessarily money, but time into, to build that deck and make it viable for them, right? You're trying to push to Legendary Arena is the goal for many people. Once you get to Legendary Arena, it's to stay there. You don't get your Legendary Season reward if you fall out of it. So you're trying to stay within there, stay relevant. Yes, I've spent money on this game. Everybody knows that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm more privileged than anyone else to say that the game needs to fit the way I want it because I've spent money into it, I put time into it, like so many of other people have. That's not fair to say that. There's a vast amount of the high-spending community in this game that feel that their points matter more than anyone else because they've spent more money than everyone else. If that's your feeling, stop spending money on the game, right? If you're upset with it and there's things you don't like about it, stop spending money. I have stopped spending money on this game in the recent future. Yes, I spent money recently to get my superhero cards to the levels that they're at. If anyone that continued to ask me that, it's kind of mildly funny that you continue to ask, how do you get these superhero cards to this level? Willpower is the answer I'm going to keep giving. So the fact of the matter is, please, for the love of God, Red Links, make these changes. Watch this super awesome shield to stop this Douglas. Yeah, he takes the bar, but it's okay. You knew it was going to happen. But there needs to be more balance to this game. Focus on balance changes before you focus on additions. Addition by subtraction is the best way to go about this. We need to stop pinpointing that, start balancing these cards. Get Silverside PvP for the love of freaking God. That needs to happen immediately. But the continued focus of Red Links going forward is going to be to continue to add more cards. There's going to be more superhero cards added. There's only 10. All the other major themes have 24 except for neutral. So there's going to be a lot more cards coming in the near future. Most likely once a month. I don't know. I'm just assuming. So there's still going to be lots of potential for you guys to grow. But you still need to balance things. Now you only have one card at a time most likely. Maybe 2 cards per month at a time going forward. It's not just going to be, you're going to completely saturate us with 10 more cards again. I pray you don't. But just saturate us with 1 card at a time, like you normally try to do, and then also fix this game. There are still so many things that need to be fixed about this game that aren't being addressed yet. So that's kind of my thoughts and feelings on right now where the game is at, guys. If you guys did want to check out the actual pack opening for the seasonal reset, I will play that here at the end of this video. Let me know what you guys think about what I said. I know it probably felt like what I said was just me rambling, and me just kind of repeating the same kind of stuff, but it feels like that's what I've been doing for so long within this game, is just saying the same things that all of us agree to or all of us already know that need to be fixed and need to be changed within this game to make it better. And until that happens, unfortunately, we're going to continue to have this stalemate of this game that we have right now, which can be positive and can be negative as I slowly level up different cards to try them out and see if I can, make them work in this current stale meta that has currently been established right now within Legendary Arena, which has been frustrating. And then some people have gotten these cards to heights that, many of us only dream to get to, and it's very difficult to play against when you're trying to play something more original and something more creative, which I try to do as much as humanly possible, which is why I get so frustrated with this game all the time. People wonder why I get so negative in some of my matches that I play, and just accept the fact that you lose. When you lose to the same 3 decks all of the time, it gets extremely frustrating that you can't play against anything else and see if your deck's actually viable, because oftentimes you're just playing against people that have stacked their decks with the same cards, and some of them just have them to higher levels than the other people, so then they just wipe the floor with you even faster. That's where my frustration lies. I assume a lot of you feel the same way, especially in Legendary Arena. But thank you guys so much for watching. I know this was a more unique episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it anyways. Hope you would love to see your thoughts and opinions down below in the comment section of what you think of what I've said, of how I feel, of even the gameplay that you watched in the background. The deck was kind of unique and fun to play, and maybe I'll try it out in a stream here in the near future. Enjoy the pack opening. Thank you guys so much for watching, and you guys have been great, supportive, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. So we're going to see what we get here in my pack, and I have a gut feeling that some Shelly is going to be in here. Not hoping for Shelly, just a gut feeling that Shelly could be in this pack. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Okay, so 2,500 PvP tickets, 250 cash, 360 battle tokens, which is pointless now that we have over 7k, 23 prayer beads, we get 22 secret chips, which I needed those, 13 alien hands, 2 comics, 3 ancient fossils, needed more than that, 24 tomes, 23 Indian feathers, 11 cubic garments. Okay, so a card I actually like. 14 Calamity Hotties. We get 3 Poco Randys, so we're 10 away from level 5 with him, which will be amazing once that does happen. 6 Cyborg Kennys. We do get a legendary. So Dragon Slayer Red is the legendary, so I'm not upset with that. We almost get her to level 3. 7 Astro Butters, getting him close to level 7. We get 19 Super Farts, didn't mean to skip a card there, and 24 Unholy Combustion. So luckily for us, we did not get the Shellys that I feared. Instead, we got Cyborg Kenny and Pocahontas Rainy for our epics, and we did get a legendary, so that is pretty sweet. As we start the new season, right, at 65.48 is the elo to start the new season off.